over the course of the shutdown, the debate between Steny Hoyer
Yes.
and
He
Nancy
seemed pretty
Pelosi,
reasonable.
because he was saying, look, of course barriers work. They're not immoral. And at the same time, you have Nancy Pelosi out there front and center saying they're immoral, we're not
Yes.
doing it, they don't work. And Chuck Schumer in the Senate backing her up on that.
It all comes down to the campaign promise, I'm going to build the wall. They want to take it from him. So in 2020, they can say he didn't do what he said, what he campaigned
That's
on.
exactly right. So let's talk to an expert now. His name is Mark Morgan. He's a former Border Patrol chief under former President Barack Obama. Mark, thanks for joining us this morning. You hear Nancy Pelosi saying, we want a moral solution in keeping with our values that's cost effective. President Trump said, hey, just like the wheel, walls have been used forever to keep people out and maintain sovereignty. What's your take on where we are right now?
It's easy for me, and it's based on my experience as a law enforcement officer for over 30 years. Yesterday, when the president spoke to the American people and he outlined his case, he's absolutely right. We absolutely need additional physical barrier, wall, whatever you want to call it, at strategic locations along the southwest border. We need additional personnel. We need additional technology at the ports and in between the ports. The experts will tell you, and they've been telling Congress for a long time, that's part of the multi-layered strategy of infrastructure, technology, and personnel. And the president yesterday laid all that out. We need to do it all, including the wall. The additional thing that I'll say that we need to do, and the president's been asking for this, is for Congress to get together, do their job that they've been elected to do, and address the broken asylum laws and bad case precedent like Flores to remove the incentive for these Central American immigrants to come here and take this perilous trek and risk their lives and get here and overwhelm our system. The president is absolutely right with what he's outlined.
Now, Mark, you are an expert. You are the expert of experts. When they keep saying we want to listen to what the experts tell us,
right.
What you just said is not what the Democrats are advocating, and it seems completely common sense to a regular person like me. What is the problem here? Is it just politics?
Well, so I've tried to stay out of politics, but at the end of the day, this issue is so infused with politics, it's impossible to stay away from that. So the only conclusion that I can draw, because as you said, Dean, this is common sense, is that the opposition is being driven by their own political ideology. And if I could say any silver lining that's in the shutdown is, I think more so than any other time in American history, the Americans are now more aware and they're awake about this immigration crisis. And they're starting to change a little bit. Instead of aligning with their political ideology, they're actually listening to facts and truth, and they're listening from the experts. That's what the president has done and is doing. And the reason why I know the president is listening to the experts, because I provided the same information that the president's talking to the previous administration, and it was ignored.
Yeah, we've seen a number of Democrats come out and say, we just need to listen to the experts. The experts need to talk to us about this. And yet they're ignoring guys like you who have done it for both Republican and Democrat administrations in terms of the information that they're giving. So we'll see what happens with that.
Who are the experts they're talking to then? So if they're not talking to you.
Who are they talking to?
No, this is an honest question. Are they just straight up lying?
They're talking to activists.
Who are they talking
That's who
to?
they're talking to.
So it's hard for me to actually say and believe that our elected officials are lying. But I cannot come to any other conclusion when I hear the Speaker of the House say that walls are ineffective or immoral, when it wasn't that long ago that she participated in a bipartisan bill which resulted in hundreds of miles of wall fencing being built. I testified in front of Congress in 2016 where I said we needed the wall at strategic locations. Nobody challenged me then it was immoral or ineffective.
So,
why is it changed?
So, Mr. Martin, we have
Yes.
some new polling that shows that, are we doing enough in the United States to keep illegal immigrants out of the country? 54% say too little, 16% say too much, 24% right amount, 6% no opinion. That's from ABC News and the Washington Post poll. When it comes to the next 3 weeks where this negotiating is going to go on, are you concerned that Washington, D.C. is going to get bogged down and talk about comprehensive immigration reform, amnesty for certain groups of people who are here, instead of dealing with the issue at hand, which is thousands of people continuing, not just in caravans to come over the border, but every single day, every single week into this country without a barrier and without any kind of recourse due to the weak asylum laws that we have?
I'm absolutely concerned. I think Congress has shown over the decades their inability to address this problem. And of course, the shutdown, I think, has illustrated that Congress once again cannot get together to do their job to secure our country. So I don't have confidence that Congress is going to do what they should do for the safety and security of this country. But I do have confidence in the resilience of the presidency that he's going to use all the powers that are provided him under the Constitution to do the right thing to protect this great nation.
Mark Morgan, you are an expert, and we're very grateful you joined us this morning. Thank you for
Really
your time.
appreciate that.